Now remember, when we come down for our child's pose, we do so making sure that our area is free of anything that can trip us up at all. So you want that space to be somewhat clear. And then you want to come down slowly, making sure you feel anchored with every move you make. And as you get down to your mat, you're going to widen your knees to the edges of the mat. Try to bring the big toes together, and we try to connect our heels and our seat. So this will help us begin to open our hips, but also we're going to be lengthening our spine. So as you settle in here, you can lift up your forehead a bit and kind of inch it forward a tiny bit towards the top of your mat, as long as it feels okay. And that allows you to lengthen from your tailbone all the way up the spine, including through the neck, because we often forget to pay attention to our neck. And then draw that lengthening up through the top of the head. And we even follow that by making our fingertips reach towards the top of our mat. And then when you get into a comfortable place here on your mat, start to turn your attention to your breath. Follow the breath as it moves in and out. Hopefully you can notice that calming effect that the breath has. And then we'll naturally fall into a breath where the length of the inhale begins to match the length of the exhale. We'll use that word naturally because we want that breath to flow freely. We don't really want it to feel forced. So if trying to even out those inhales with the exhales doesn't feel natural, then breathe whatever way does feel natural. So today we'll move with significant intention, and we'll hold everything we do for a count of 10 breaths. Of course, if any of that is uncomfortable, just release the pose whenever your body tells you it's time to do so. So let's start by opening up our side body. We'll inhale enough to lift the forehead and move it over to the right. Hands move over to the right with the left hand falling on top of the right hand. The forehead lowers down. Keep the glutes connected to the seat and the heels all connected. And our breath moves to that left side. As we inhale, we'll lift up that forehead again so that we can walk the hands over to the left, keeping the glute connected to the heel, especially the right one. And then when you're ready, you can lower that forehead down and allow that breath to settle to the right side. Next inhale, start to walk the hands back to the center. And then press up, bringing the knees hip distance apart into your tabletop. And curl the toes under. And come into a dog and then walk that dog out. And Carl, if you find the dog a challenge, feel free to drop the knees. And if cat and cows would feel good, feel free to do that. Otherwise, we're going to stay in dog for 10 breaths, lowering those heels behind, moving the chest towards the thighs, moving the thighs back. Plenty of time here to check your alignment. Even the eyes of the elbows, we look at those and we slightly rotate them in, noticing how that changes the pose. Three more breaths. And then after you've taken 10 breaths, bring the feet over to the edges of the mat and walk the hands back. Now, Alona, I'm not sure how we're going to do this with you. I don't want that neck to hurt here. I'm going to move the left hand to the center of the mat and open the right arm up. But I was just thinking, as I'm doing this, I'm keeping my gaze down towards the mat to that left hand, so I'm not rotating my neck. See how that feels for you, Alona. And Carla, if you're feeling okay here, you can take your gaze up to your right thumb.
I'm using a block in pose.
Slowly lower the right hand. Before we move to twist to the other side, just press up into a flat back. So you've got both palms nice and connected to the mat. It's a nice hamstring stretch. Let the head hang. When you're ready for your next inhale, we can open to the left side, choosing to keep our gaze down at the right hand, opening the left arm to the side, or seeing how it feels to take the gaze to the left side up to that left thumb. Next exhale, lower the hand down, walk the hands up, bring the feet in, keep distance apart, and then inhale on toes and exhale. We'll bend the knees and look forward, and walk the feet up towards our hands, inhale into a flat back, and exhale and lowering. And then inhale, coming all the way up, hands to the heart, and mountain pose. And let's hold this for 10. We press into all four corners of our feet, belly button connects to the spine. You might even like to draw the shoulders up, move them back, bringing the point of the scapulas close together. Palms face forward, slightly separated from your sides. Long neck, top of the head drawing up. And nice even inhales and exhales. We'll start with a high lunge. So on the inhale, step the right foot back and take your time. I don't know if you noticed that I just did that. I sort of wobbled a little. So this really is kind of a balance pose. Take that bend in that left knee as far as you can take it. Put the knee in line with the ankle and press through the right heel. And maybe if you have open enough shoulders, the arms can frame the ears. Next, exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Nice bend in that left knee. Step the right foot forward so you're in a fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale and lower. And inhale, reverse swan dive, coming up. Hands to the heart. Mountain pose. We'll step the left leg back, high lunge. Take your time. Checking your alignment, deciding how active you want the pose to be. Fingers can be spread wide. Gaze can be up or straight ahead. You press through that left heel. Next, exhale, slowly. Let the hands come down. Bend in that right knee. Step the left foot forward into a fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, lower again. And then as you inhale, reverse swan dive. Coming up. Hands to the heart. Mountain pose. Now we're going to step back into warrior one. So step back. Now everyone looks a little different here because we all have different spines, but all of us should have our hips shining towards the top of the mat. Want that left knee moving towards the left pinky toe. And try not to let the right arch collapse. And when you press into the outside of the right foot, you might get a better sense of how this is a potent hip opener. On the exhale, bring the hands down. Nice bend the left knee. Step the right foot forward. Bring the feet in so they're hip distance apart. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale and lower. And inhale as you come up. Hands to the heart. Mountain pose. Stepping back with the left leg into your warrior one. aligning everything up. Right knee heads to the outside of the right foot. Shoulders and hips align as they parallel the top of the mat. Press into the outside of that left foot. Next exhale, hands will come down. You'll step the left foot forward. Reposition your feet so they're about hip distance apart as you fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale and lower. And inhale all the way up. Hands to the heart. Mountain pose. We'll take 5 breaths here before we move into a warrior 2. When you're ready, move into Virabhadrasana 2. Position your feet so you get that nice hip opening. Line up that left heel with the right arch. Try to have both arms paralleling the mat. And the fingers reach away from each other. So the left hand's reaching for the top of the mat. The right hand is reaching for the other end of your mat. That left knee again heads towards the outside of the left foot, and you're still pressing into the outside of the back foot here. Gaze is over the middle finger as long as the neck feels okay. Flip the palm, bring the fingers together, keep the bend in the knee, and move into your reverse warrior. Keep the left hand overhead, straighten the left leg, move the left hand a little more towards the back, deepening the back bend. The right hand crawls down the right thigh. And then we'll release, lowering the left arm, raising the right, ready for our Trikonasana. Hinge over that left front leg and find your triangle pose. Hips move forward a little bit as the shoulders move back. Everything lines up. Try not to dump too much into that left hand, so reach up with the right hand. As long as the neck feels okay, you can look down at the left foot, and you'll bring a bend into that left knee. And you'll raise the left arm, lower the right. You'll find yourself in a Virabhadrasana 2. and then come into your side angle, choosing your variation. If you bring that right arm by the right ear and reach through the right fingertips, then send your breath to the outside of that back right foot and let it flow all the way up that right side through the right fingertips. Look down and let the right hand flow down and come all the way down to the mat. So you're in a low lunge. Keep the right hand down inside of that left foot and open the left hand and left arm to the left side, reaching up with the left fingertips. Lower that left hand. Keep it bend the left knee. Step the right foot in. We'll move into our pyramid pose. So it comes in about 6 inches or so. That right foot is on a bit of an angle. Our fingertips are on the mat. We come to a flat back. Stay here. Or on your next exhale, see if you can fold over that left front leg, keeping the hips pointing towards the top of the mat, pyramid pose. Now from here, we're going to move into a standing split. So start by putting a bend in that left knee, moving the hands forward to that left foot, and then press off of the back leg and move the hands wherever you need to so that you can raise the right leg behind you and let the forehead move close to the left shin. Can lower that right foot, let it come down next to the left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale and fold. Inhale, come up. Hands to the heart. Mountain breath, recover. 10 breaths in your Tadasana. So let's repeat that whole series now, starting by stepping back with the left leg into a high lunge. So make sure you're balanced here. Take it slow. We've got 10 full breaths here. Press through that left heel. And then exhale, let the hands come down to the mat. You have a bend in that right knee. Step the left foot forward into a fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Hands to the heart. Mountain pose. Now we're going to move into our warrior one. So step that left foot back and then move the feet however you need to keep those hips parallel to the top of the mat. Press into the outside of the left foot. Nice bend in the right knee with the knee heading towards the right pinky toe. And then lower the hands down. Step the right foot, right knee bends, left knee comes up, fold. Music distracted me. Exhale, fold, and inhale. Come all the way up. Hands to the heart. Mountain pose. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, something's up with the music, so I'm not sure. I was afraid that we had disconnected. We're going to move into warrior two now. Step back. How's this working for you guys? Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Great, thank
Okay.
you.
So right heel lining up with that left arch.
Stop it. Stop. Stop.
Notice again the opening of the hips here as you press into the outside of the left foot, and that right knee moves towards the right pinky toe. Moving into reverse warrior. Flip the palm of the right hand, bring the fingers together, keep the bend in the right knee. And the right arm moves overhead, left hand moves down the left thigh.
Breathe. Open your eyes.
We'll deepen the back bend as we straighten the right leg. And the right arm moves towards your back, and the left hand comes down that left thigh. From here, we're going to move into Trikonasana. So lower the arms so they parallel your mat. When you're ready, reach over that right foot with the right hand and come into your triangle pose. Look down at that right leg. Warrior two. And right away, side angle. Choosing your variation here. Rotate that left hand down so it falls to your mat. Maybe the left foot moves back a bit. We'll keep the left palm down on the mat and raise the right arm. So you're turning towards the right side. Lower that right hand down and step the left foot in. We're going to move into pyramid pose here. Keep the fingertips on the mat, come to a flat back. And then when you're ready, exhale as you fold and the forehead moves to the right shin. Now both hips are parallel to the mat, the top of the mat, that is. So it's kind of like when you're in warrior one. Inhale to a flat back, little bend in the right knee. Step the left foot forward and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale and lower. And inhale. Come on up. Hands to the heart. Mountain pose, 10 breaths.
Open your eyes.
Then when you're ready, let's move into our balance pose, our tree. So you're already in your mountain pose, just settle in a bit. And when you're ready, you can shift weight into that left leg and find your tree. Hands can stay at the heart, or you can reach the hands up towards the sky.
Mm.
Try to release with control. Come back to your mountain pose and walk it out. And then we'll get ready to take that to the other side. So when you're ready, shift weight into that right leg, hands to the heart, lift the left knee, find your tree. With control, release, and then walk it out. And we'll make our way down to our mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower hand. Step the right leg back. Step the left leg back. Modify here or stay in a nice plank and give it a try. See if you can hold for 10. Whenever you're ready, feel free to let those elbows bend, keeping them in towards the ribs. And then slowly, with control, you'll lower all the way down to your mat. And we'll come into our Sphinx and take our time here, just like we have in our other asanas. We'll line up our elbows under our shoulders. Forearms are on the mat. Legs come together, press into the tops of the feet. Elbows move back subtly. They stay under the shoulders, but you're almost drawing those elbows towards the bottom of your mat while you lengthen from the waist to the toes and waist through the top of the head. It's almost like the chest moves a little forward between those arms.
Breathe.
With control, release, lower down, and gently come on to your back. I know we were holding things for 10, but I'm sure I won't surprise you if I ask you to hold your inversion for 20. So line up those legs with the hips, let the arms relax by your sides, keep those feet flexed. Eyes soft or closed here. Don't be surprised if the legs start to tremble, and if you need an assist, feel free to grab your strap and place it across your arches. When you're ready to release, let the knees bend, connect the top of the thighs with your belly. Move hands around the shins and give those knees a squeeze in, but try to keep the tailbone down on the mat and hold your Apanasana for 10. After 10 breaths in your Apanasana, the hands can move to the inside of the knees so you can widen them, keeping that tailbone down. Find your happy baby with hands holding on to the arches or the outside of the feet. Notice your chin, try to keep it neutral, long neck. And then as you release your happy baby, bring the knees together, line up the ankles, flex the feet, open arms to a T. Keep shoulders on the mat. Take an inhale and let the knees fall to the right side. Gaze can be staying just straight up, or you can move your gaze to your left hand. Next inhale, try to use your core. Let the knees stay together. They float back through the center. Keep the ankles in line with each other. Feet remain flexed. As you exhale, the knees fall to the left side. Keep your gaze straight up or look over at your right hand. We'll inhale, knees back to the center. We'll lower the soles of the feet down, bringing the heels in close to the seat. And 10 moving bridges, nice and slow. Inhaling and exhaling as we come up and as we lower. So inhale, keeping knees and thighs parallel. And exhale and lower. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, seat comes back to the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So 5 more to do. And maybe you're noticing that you're getting a little higher. The hips might be moving a little farther up towards the side. So I might have lost count, but I've got one more. And then when you come down, you walk those feet to the edges of the mat. Knees can knock together, right hand on the belly and left hand over the heart. Release the hands by your sides. Bring the feet in just a little wider than hip distance apart. Take a breath, and on the exhale, let the knees fall to the right, and you can have both knees down and both feet on the mat, or you can lift the right ankle and place it on the left thigh. Shoulders are on the mat. Your right foot is over your left thigh. You can release it. And then bring those feet back so they're just a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Start with your knees facing up. And then exhale, let the knees fall to the left. Again, shoulders stay on the mat. And you can decide if you want to lift that left foot and let that left ankle rest on that right thigh. And release. Let the feet come back down to the mat. And we just do a little portion of our figure 4 pose, sort of the reclined pigeon, and we'll keep the left foot on the mat. Lift the right foot and bring the right ankle over the left thigh, letting the right knee come out to the side. And then you use your right hand to press the right thigh away from you. Flex that right foot. Release the right foot. Let it come down to the mat. When you're ready, you'll lift the left foot, placing the left ankle over that right thigh with the left knee moving out to the side and the left hand pressing the left thigh away as you make sure you keep a nice active left foot. then release. And we're going to finish off in our Supta Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together, knees both out to the long edges of your mat. Your hands can be both on your belly. You can have one on your belly, one over your heart, both over the heart, or maybe even reaching arms up behind you, holding on to opposite elbows. And then settle in. And you're welcome to hold this for the next few minutes for your Shavasana, or whenever you want to release into a full Shavasana. Feel free to do that. Start to deepen your breath. Bring a little movement back into your fingertips and into your toes. If you'd like a stretch, keep the legs long, reach through the toes, and then bring the arms overhead, whole body stretch. And when you're ready, you can come on to one side or the other, and bending your knees, you can come up to a comfortable seat. Hands at the heart, thumbs pressing into the sternum. Dip your chin towards your hands. Deep inhale. Exhale. Thank you for your practice this morning in celebrating the divine spark that's in each and every one of us. Namaste.